Good evening to all of you today, to this beautiful evening, and thank you for joining the Navigating Through Pathway and Basecamp. I am 𝗧𝗵𝗿𝗁. I will be your Toastmaster of the evening. So I would like to call upon our organizing chair, Toastmaster Florence Ku, to give her opening address. Florence, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Stephanie. So welcome everybody. Our workshop for today, Navigating Through Pathways and also Basecamp. Well, let me ask you a question. How many of you here are aware that our Basecamp has changed? Can I get some reaction? Give me a thumbs up if you are aware that the Basecamp have changed. And our pathway as well. How many are aware that our pathway have also changed? Any thumbs up? No, everyone are not aware? Okay, I see one. If you don't react, means you are here at the right location. So we are here to share as well. Yeah, good. Or how many of you here are a first-time member, just joined Toastmasters and you're not sure what exactly to do? That's why you're here today. Yeah, give me a thumbs up if you are also new to Toastmaster and wanting to know more. Yes, excellent. So there's been a lot of changes in the pathway and also the Basecamp since January 2025 and also the recent update in May 2025. So we are here to share a little bit and hopefully that will help you for you new members and also as VPE on what to do, be it whether you're a Basecamp manager or whether you're just a member going through the new Toastmaster International Basecamp and how do you maneuver around and going through your journey and learning through Toastmaster as well. With the new revamped pathway and Basecamp, things will definitely be more digitalized, more AI, you will say, and of course, things will be more simpler as well. And this is where today's workshop, we have two speakers who will share this insight with all of you today. So we have Q&A sessions. By all means, feel free to also reach out and also ask away of all your questions. And with that, I'll hand it back over to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you to our organizing chair, Florence Ku. So now I would like to call upon our program quality director, one and only, 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗀𝗁, for his welcoming address.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you for making your time to attend this amazing workshop organized by Program Quality team. Thank you to the organizing chair, Florence Ku, for either volunteered or forced to be volunteered to organize this workshop. I don't know, you can ask her later. Thank you so much. Thank you to the two amazing speakers as well, Dr. Som and Florence, for agreeing to share your knowledge to the members of District 102. Thank you to the role players, Stephanie and Rui, for contributing your time to enhance this workshop as well. And to all the amazing members who are here today, thank you for taking 90 minutes of your time to enhance your knowledge on Basecamp and Pathways, so you can lead your members better. You can guide the new members better. Thank you so much for investing your 90 minutes today. I truly appreciate it. The knowledge that we're going to learn through Pathways and Basecamp is essential, especially when you're doing members onboarding. When we are guiding the new members in Pathways and Basecamp, it's essential that we know the tools, we know the ideas, and we know how to answer queries given by the members. So I hope today you ask the difficult questions to our speakers, because I know they are expert in this very field. So keep learning, keep enjoying, and most importantly, keep loving nasi lemak. With that, back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Wow, wow, wow. That's our special welcoming speech by our PQD, all the way from USA, now back to Malaysia. He sneezed his nasi lemak a lot, and now today he's wearing red color, very I feel that he's very aggressive and he would like to ask a lot of questions, but let's see. But okay, so thanks with that. Something for me to just to update to all of you by attending this workshop, you all agree that to the privacy policy of the Toastmaster International, as well as the unassociated remote hosting services. Some of your personal information, such as name, image, and any other shared messages, will be shared with the other meeting participants and will be recorded by Toastmaster International, who may use the recording in the future as it sees fit. Your attendance hereby discharges Toastmaster International from all claims, demands, right premises damages, and liability arising out of or in connection with the use of distribution of, say, video recording, including but not limited to any claims for invasion of privacy, appropriateness of likeness, or defamation. So just a quick recap on that part. And now let's us welcome Dr. Som. Before I hand over to Dr. Som, let me give you a short brief, Dr. Som. Dr. Somsubhra Dr. Som is a gynecologist by profession and is attached with Manipal University College, Malaysia, as a professor in the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology. And he has been in the Toastmaster for 10 years and served in the various ESCO roles in the club and district roles. He has organized many workshops at the district level, and he has done DTM in the legacy program and also the current pathway program. He is also accredited with HDC trainers and is a John Maxwell certified speaker, coach, and trainer. So something to take note that Dr. Som, something interesting about Dr. Som is his quote of his motto, I love it. Gen X by age, but Gen Z at heart. Wow, that's very wonderful, Dr. Som. So with this, over to you, Dr. Som.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Evening, Stephanie. And yes, this is something that we always look for, and it's always the VPs who usually keep helping the members with this kind of thing, like navigating the pathways and the base camp and pathway selections and things like that. So today we're going to do it in two parts. So I will just guide you through the pathways and show you how it looks like, and just overview, of course, because I have 30 minutes, and I'll focus a little bit on Basecamp, especially as a Basecamp manager, how and what you're going to do. And I'm keeping my time like around 50% of the time to actually show you real-time stuff, so that's going to help you. So now, before I begin, how many of you are VPs? Can you just click 1 in the chat box? Let's have a look. Okay, wow, it's ex-VP. Okay, excellent. This is going to be, my session is really going to be very important for you. Not that the non-VPs, they won't like benefit. And I see very senior people also here, senior as in experience in Toastmaster. Toastmaster Suding is there. So hello. Right. So now what I'm going to do is, don't worry, I'm not going to take a huge lecture. I just have 10 slides to give you a bit of history and then come back to present. So this is what I'm going to talk about. Like, I'll just give you something that was there before 2017, and 2020 the pathways took over. So pathways did not exist before 2017, and 2017 they introduced pathway, and then they gave 3 years to phase the traditional program out. So in most of them tried to finish their DTMs by 2020 and things like that, because after 2020 June, bye-bye traditional pathways. But pathways had its own challenges because everything was online. You could not feel the smell of the book that used to come from US, well, wherever it was printed, but come from US and things like that. You missed out on those things, but you realize that, hey, I don't have to wait for my manual to give my icebreaker or my other speeches. I can straight away go ahead with it. And that's how the Basecamp, the pathway started. And along with that, there were other things like, complications of pathways, new system. So they kept on improving it. And finally, what we have is this year, the latest improvement, and it has changed because I remember taking this talk on Basecamp Manager in 2021, 2022. I'll give you some glimpse of those slides that I have done that time and now, and you'll see the changes also. So today, this is my topic, and this is me already introduced very nicely. Thank you, Stephanie. And today I'm going to look into this for you. Basecamp, what's new? Navigating through Basecamp. I will talk a little bit, but I'll show you in the demonstration segment. I will tell you what is the role of Basecamp Manager. Keep it short and sweet. And then I'll give you 2 case scenarios where you can think of, like, if there are conflicts or if there are issues, as a VPE, how would you deal with it? And then, of course, I'm keeping a major portion for the demonstration aspects. Right, with that, this was, I think, those who have been there in the early part of pathways, they would feel a bit of nostalgia. Wow, this one so old, this thing. And this was like, we used to enter the Toastmasters portal, and there we have to go to pathway, and there log in as a Basecamp manager. So there were two different ways of logging in. And then after that, the Basecamp manager had pending requests, member progress, managed tutorials. Now remember, these things have not changed, but the format, how we access them, has become much more easier. And then finally, of course, the same thing, feedback, path and learning, Basecamp, this has changed also. But whatever changes has happened, I feel, in my opinion, it has become easier. So I'll let you decide at the end of this session what you feel about it. Now, these were like two different things. One, we had Club Central one side and Basecamp another side. So this was the Club Central. And these were the tools, how Club Central, you go in, add membership. So those who have actually gone in, you would see that, oh, okay, this is how it looked like that time. And then, of course, Submit Education Award. This is for the Basecamp. No, this is not for the Basecamp manager, but this was for any exco in the Club Central. Now, the primary difference that was there before was that there was a Club Central and then there was a Basecamp. Then they managed to somehow get the Basecamp sorted out into one. But there were so many issues, that so many difficulties to get in. And finally, they worked in, and there were even outages also, Basecamp. And finally, they managed to get a Basecamp where they have merged the Club Central and the Basecamp together. It made life easier, and you're going to see very soon how and what I mean by that life has become easier. This is how it looks like now. When you log in, I think everyone has seen this. When you log in, this is exactly how it looks. And you can see there is no separate thing, go as a manager, go as a this thing. And when I navigate through the thing in demonstration, I'll go through each and every segment, an overview, not the whole thing. So here we straight away go to the Basecamp from the main segment itself. And of course, this is my portion. I just clicked from there. This is my 2 active paths that I'm in. And this is how you see the pathway learning feedback is just one click. And you can see here, Basecamp Manager, just one click. You don't have to go anywhere else. You can just toggle between the Basecamp Manager and the dashboard. So once again, these are just pictures that I'm showing you because I kept most of my part in live demo, and I want you to, like, you can ask me questions when I go through that. So now, who's a Basecamp manager? This is a question that has been asked many times. Who's a Basecamp manager? So I have written this, but can anyone tell me that, okay, this answer is an old answer? What is the current answer? Anybody wishes to try? Yeah, of course you will know, Kajan. VP, according to Stephanie. I mean, I said VP and I put it in bold, so there's no way of missing that. And there's plenty of stuff for the VP. Okay. Other than the VP, President, Secretary, is there any difference in addition? I think registered. I can't see. Okay. I'll come back to that. Everyone. Okay. Okay, Florence. Yes. 7, all the 7 club officers. Can you believe that? Everyone gets to be all the excos. Now, how is it different before and now? Because the slide I showed, VP, when I took the previous Basecamp manager training in 2022, that time I kept on saying, okay, VP is the Basecamp manager, and president and secretary also has access to Basecamp, because they were separated. Basecamp was separate, Club Central was separate. Every exco or club officer can access Club Central and do submission of awards. But only these 3 people, president, VP, and secretary, only these 3 people can go to Basecamp as a manager and approve or verify a member's completion. Now, this created a lot of problem. One of the major problem was the members' credits were verified, but it was not updated in the Club Central. So a couple of incidences where members actually lost their triple crown because it was verified, but unless it was updated in the Club Central, the dashboard or the Toastmasters thing, like international, it's not recorded there. So you see the disconnect between that. So that time I had to say that if you do it here, make sure it's not complete, you have to do it there. But now No, it's one stop. You can get it done straight away. So there is no way. Yes, okay. Yeah, that is also possible, but they got the credit, but the members actually could not proceed to the next step because their base camp was not approved. So they could not find that pathway is not complete. The path is not complete. Oh, at this point, I would like to ask you a question, and let's see if you can put it in the chat box. This is a very common thing that I've seen in many flyers. Can you tell me, Kajan, you don't answer this. What is the difference between a path and a pathway? Path and a pathway. Anyone wants to try? Doesn't matter if you're wrong. It's going to stay here, so no one will know that you've made a mistake. If anyone wants to switch, unmute and tell also, that's fine with me. Pathways, content, paths. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Cecilia. Yes, this is something. Pathway is a learning. Yes, the entire system of Toastmasters that we use now. We say that the traditional program or the pathways program. Pathway is the system or the entire the LMS that we are using, the learning management system that we are using. Yes, thank you, Sajni. But path is those 6 themed structures, like for example, motivational strategy, visionary communication, team collaboration. It's just one of those themed track that you choose. Why I'm saying this, because even today I got this question from a club member of mine. When she was supposed to make a flyer, she wrote, "Congratulations for completing whatever path that was, that one pathway." So I corrected her. I said, no, this is not pathway, this is path. And then I gave her a screenshot of what it means. So this is a very common mistake. VPs, please note that whenever you recognize, because we often recognize people, right, when they finish a path, so or any level, said, "Well done, like good job in finishing the persuasive influence path," not pathway. So that's something. Now the question is, we haven't still answered the question. So if everyone can access Basecamp as a Basecamp manager, what do you think the problem would be? It'll be a total chaos. We won't know who's approving what. So this is something that the club should decide as a policy. We should stick to the same thing that we followed before this upgrade. Even though everyone has access to the Basecamp as a Basecamp manager, it is always better to have Vice President Education as a primary Basecamp manager, unless he or she is not available. Then of course the president and secretary, depends on how you want to make it, like if it's either president or secretary, something like that. Previously, Vice President Education was the primary Basecamp manager. Now everyone is a Basecamp manager, but please make sure this is something the excos must pay heed to. Decide that, okay, only one person would do all the approval. In absence of that person, maybe either president or secretary. This is some club policy, or you have to add it in your club constitution or terms of references. In our clubs, all the MUCM clubs, we have a policy that only VP will be updating. If it's for VPE, then president will update. So usually secretary also doesn't come into the picture, but either this or that, because VPE cannot approve their own. Now, the role and responsibility of Basecamp manager, first and foremost, they are monitoring the members' progress. Now, how do they monitor a member's progress? This is up to you. All the VPs have different ways of doing. Some people love pen and paper. I'm not going to say they're primitive or whatever, but some people love Excel file. They put it in the name and then Excel file and put colors and all that. So it is totally up to you how you want to do it. You want to use AI also to do it. It's totally up to you, but make sure that level 1 has 5 projects. 5 speeches and one what do you call that, evaluation. So all those things you can put it tick tick tick. So later when the person says, okay, I have completed, you can also cross check that, okay, yes, done. So when they have completed, you would be knowing. Then verify level completion. Once you can track them, there are ways to track in the Basecamp as well, but provided they have updated it. If they have not updated in the Basecamp, you cannot really figure out whether they have done or not. So usually VPs must keep a tab of who is doing what project, what speech, what level, and various whatever projects. And especially if the projects are done outside the club, you must be aware of that. and submit the education award. Now the point 2 and 3 are together. Once you approve that, it straight away goes to the Basecamp, straight away updates in the submit education awards. Now validate external project by member. Now this is something that the VP needs to know. So the member's responsibility is to tell the VP that, hey, I'm giving a speech or I'm doing a project outside. So it is not just courtesy, but it should be a requirement by the club, because VP may not know. Some clubs have 30 members, 40 members. It's virtually impossible for the VP to keep track who's doing outside. And in KL, there are so many clubs. Online, there are so many clubs. They could be giving projects anywhere and everywhere. So that is something that VP must be mindful. It's not just the responsibility of the VP, it's the responsibility of every member to inform the VP, especially if they're giving a project or speech outside the club. And of course, provide member support. This is something like me and Florence, what we are doing today. Usually the VP will have to do it for their new members. They have to show them how the project works, how the Basecamp is, how to update your path completion or level completion. And then the Florence's part would be how to select a path. That is extremely important for a new member to know how to select a path. So that one, of course, Florence will be dealing with it. I'm not going to go into it. Now I have a couple of situations where I'm going to give you some conflicting stuff. So would probably ask your advice and opinion. So this is about a level 4. It's not just for VPs. Anyone can think of, if you can think of an answer, just tell me. There is a project for electives, level 4 elective project called manage an online meeting, where the member has to manage, that means chair an online meeting outside the club, or they can simulate one inside the club. So this scenario is that Toastmaster, I just put a random name, VK tells VP that she has chaired an online meeting in her workplace for more than 1 hour. She has made the agenda, which is a requirement for this project, and conducted that meeting successfully. She asks if it's okay to validate this project as level 4 elective project. That means, is it okay? Can I consider this as a Toastmasters elective project? So now VP, I've given a couple of situations like this. So this is something the VP definitely face as a Basecamp manager. So may I see some responses? If you can think of something. Okay, 𝗔𝗂𝗴𝗁, you wanted to say something.
Okay, hello. Hello and good evening. Okay, previously when I was VPE, if I'm not mistaken, the old system, if you want to deliver a speech outside, you must request for approval from your VPE and all that. That previously that was what they had to ask for an approval. Then the VPE will have to approve first, and then that person will deliver the speech, and he will have to write who is evaluator and all that, and then the VPE will approve that. So that is my understanding, because previously when I was the VPE, I followed this kind of system.
Correct.
But right now, I don't know, which is why I'm here.
Yes, sure. No worries. I mean, no, could you share your thoughts like on this? So if you were the VP, would you validate her project as say that, yeah, okay, it's complete?
Okay, if she says she has chat, I wouldn't approve, because I feel that she has to tell me in advance so that I can, at least, do my homeworks, make sure whether she has the evaluator or not. Only then I will approve. If she's just out of the blue tells me she has chat, then sorry. Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, but we say the no in a very sweet way also.
Yes,
Thank you,
correct.
𝗔𝗂𝗴𝗁. The important part is not just informing, but also having a silent evaluator who's a Toastmaster there. It is like mentioned in all Toastmasters project that if you have an evaluation, it has to be done like live. It's not like recorded evaluation. You cannot have a evaluation. Okay, yes, thank you, Sajni. Yes, you answered the right thing as well. So if there is a silent evaluator, then great. And it is always nice to tell the VP. And in our clubs, we always make sure that the VP and the president is informed. I think maybe the next project is something similar. So let's see, next, using a descriptive language, it's a level 3 elective project. So RK, Big Boss from Big Boss TMC, I don't think there's one exists like that. So it's a totally tells VP that he has delivered this speech in Small Boss TMC. And he mentioned that with that speech, he has completed level 3 and sends a request for L3 completion. Now, this speech was informed to the VP. It's not, so we don't go back to the same clause as last time. Ask for the evaluation. Okay, great, Cecilia. Any other point? And one more thing they can share, and we all do that. Yes, thank you, thank you. This is something, these are like, we always say that yes, integrity is #1 core value of Toastmasters International. But for documentation, yes, we would definitely need the agenda. Okay, this is nice, Jojo. Confirm with the small words TMC. That's like cross-checking, huh? So the thing is, we always look into the agenda. Now, another group picture, especially online, it's very easy to get a screenshot and share the picture, and the evaluation done by the evaluation. That one could be these three things could be done. So that proves that the person has given the speech. But one more thing we have missed out here: should the VP approve the completion? So what we said, the first three was to validate, yes, the person has given a speech which the person mentioned that he will give outside the club. One more thing would be the first rule of responsibility of the VP, that is tracking the progress of the member. They also have to see that whether the other two projects, one more electives and the mandatory project has been completed and updated or not. If that is not updated, then obviously the member cannot send a completion. So I know, like what I'm saying, you finding it, maybe you might not just get it like that, but I'm going to show you in demo, and I have kept 2 of my projects which I have not submitted just for this session, so that I can actually show you how to submit from the member point of view. Right, so with that, I think we'll move on to the demonstration. I've kept most of my time there. Any questions meanwhile before I switch over to demonstration? Hearing none, so I was told that you should share from the login, so I'm going to do exactly that. So I'm going to share from my login. Only thing, you don't get to see the password. Now this is something that we have to bear with it, because this is a server we are dealing with from the TI, so that's going to be taking a while. Yes, so moment you open the pathway, this is what you get. So, and it's so sweet. Where can we take you today? Like someone like asking like AI, and you'll see this thing always flashing because renewal time's there. If you don't want to see it, just switch it off, and you can see as you go along. Basecamp, you can just click and go here. We will go in a short while. Learning Hub, achievement board. This is your achievement board. If you're a very new member, at the moment it will be empty, but don't worry, matter of time, you can actually fill it up awesomely. At this moment, for new members, this thing may not be, this might be a bit overkill to tell you about this thing. Here, what you need to know is Club Central. So when you go to Club Central, okay, we won't go into all those things. We can go to Club Central. And when you go to Club Central, if you're a member of multiple club, they will ask you, choose which club you want. So you can decide which club. So since I'm the president of this club, I'll go here. And you can see like all these things comes in member management. This is the playground of the treasurer. Club officer assignment. This is something done towards the end of the term, must do before the end of the term. At the moment, not required. At the moment, the most important thing that you need to do is club success plan. So if you're an exco, you're a VP, president, please note, I click here, and this is something we had an exco meeting last night and we submitted. Today it shows it's reflected in the dashboard also. So you can see that it's the same thing that they'll ask you, and then they're going to ask you on various aspects of education, membership, training, administration, and committee values and processes, where they ask you about the moments of truth and things like that. And if you have not done, so we have not done yet, so that's why it's not 100% yet. The planning process contribution, and this is very important, submitted, because if it's not submitted this term, it is tagged with the DCP recognition. Please note, if you do not submit it by 30th September, even if you get 25 members, even if you have 10 out of 10, you still won't have the Smedley Distinguished Club, because this DCP, the success plan is not updated. Now, when you come here, you must be wondering like, how do I go back? Do I click back? No. Remember, when you lose path, keep one thing in mind. go back to home. So you click on your name and you'll find that my home. So just go click on my home and you'll go back to where you started. Same here. So whenever you're in doubt, click home, my home. So this is, I'll go just overview. I'm not going to go through that entirely, just to give you an overview of that. See, in the about Toastmasters, you get overview, board of directors, medley funds. Medley fund means they'll ask for donation. Partnership, they have a partnership with Rotary and things like that. All those things are there. History. History is sometimes the SAA makes slides. They're lovely slides on details. If you're a history fan, you can take pictures from here and make your SAA slides interesting. Partnership and collaboration, as I mentioned, Rotary is one of the important partners. Smedley funds is about donations, so you can actually donate in that in case you can. And okay, so now it's gone. So again, like if I'm lost, remember, go to my home. And then we went about. So now you can see that. Now we'll go to education program. Education program, you can see, I'm not going to Basecamp at the moment. I'll take you through other route. Pathways, you can see all the various, the entire pathways, welcome to pathways, and they'll give you about various things. You can do a reading. Now, some members who are planning for Speechcraft, there is another PQ event is coming up on Speechcraft, so you can look out for that. And this is called Youth Leadership Program. The difference is Speechcraft is for membership and for usually above 18. Above 18 means not with regards to content, but age above 18 with regards to membership. And youth program is between 14 to 18, that age group. Same program, but I won't discuss more on Speechcraft because I think Aisha is planning to organize one event on that, so we'll leave it till then. Now, membership, when we talk about membership, you see how to renew, start a club, Leadership Central, corporate clubs, accredited speakers. These are all things you can actually have a read. Then this is a very important thing, especially the contest season is there. You can see that speech contest, online meeting, hybrid, and here I'm just going to spend a little bit time here on speech contest. Why this is very important? Let's say you're organizing a contest. Remember last time Kishan was mentioning about how to be a good contest chair, effective contest chair. Now when you click here, say humorous, you can see download kit. You do not have to go anywhere, ask anyone. You can get the entire set, whatever papers, documents you need for your contest. It is extremely a handy thing for the contest chair. So humorous contest kit, and you can go back and you can actually speech contest now, which is HSTT. So you can go for not tall tales but table topics. You can actually again click and get the kit from there. So if you download the two kits, you do not have to search, download from here and there. Everything one shot in your download box. Magazines. Now, as you know that most of the Toastmasters magazines are online, you can get it from here. Events are usually convention webinars, annual business meeting, golden gavel, and world championship. So we all aware. So our Malaysian Mas Mahathir has got the second place in the world's public speaking championship. And of course, shop when you want to buy stuff. I want to go back to the place where I saw go to Basecamp. Where do I go? Whenever in doubt, go to home. Whenever in doubt, go to my home, and it takes you here. And then click on Basecamp. And this is the beauty of the new Basecamp. Remember, they had two different portals. Go to Basecamp 1, go to Basecamp as manager 2, and then go to Club Central and add in there, add on there, like things like that. So this is my personal Basecamp. Like that means this is mine. So this will show the learning dashboard of mine. So it shows that I'm currently in progress with these two paths. I've and these are the paths I've completed, and it gives everything about what you have done in the pathways. So now achievement, I'll come back to this in a while. Achievement, again, it's the same thing what you saw there, but this one will give you based on what levels have you done. Based on the levels also, it can give you as these badges. Now these badges are important for those who are into Insta and all that, because you see here, When you click here, share badge. Share means you can share in your LinkedIn, Facebook. Okay, I don't see Insta though. Okay, but you can copy the URL and share it in your Insta. So this is something for the social media savvy that, yeah, I want to showcase that I've done this. Why not? Or even some members who wants to put it in their official portal that, okay, I have achieved this. It is something that is great. Anything beyond level 3 has a recommendation letter. Also, you can ask for a recommendation letter from TI to be sent to your reporting manager. That is also something that adds on to your work if you have that in your KPI as a communication thing. The feedback thing is this one. You can ask for member feedback, you can give feedback or request for feedback. Evaluation feedback, you can actually download all the evaluation form. Do you see that? You don't have to go anywhere, ask, hey, where are, how are? So you just get it straight away from here. So all the evaluation form, see, view all. You can see that it's downloading still, but you can see all the, in that particular path, everything you can get. So now, so you don't have to search for the evaluation form. And of course, resources, I think at the moment we leave it because you can upload your speech and all that. So now again, like, how do I go back? Whenever in doubt, take the mouse to this on 11 o'clock. Can you see Toastmaster pathway learning experience? Go and click there. You can come back here, or you can click on the any top. So either you put in pathways, you gone here, then you can click here. You'll go back to your own dashboard. This is your own dashboard, personal dashboard. Now I'm going to show you, once you have finished a path, a level, how do you send it as a level completion? So I'm currently working on visionary communication. Motivational strategies, I have only a few, but this one, my thing is one path every year, every term. So that takes care of two things: one, triple crown; second, path completion. So it's up to you how you want to make your goal. But at the moment, you can here, whenever you come in, just click overview. So now you can see here, I have finished icebreaker, speech with a purpose, evaluation, and this thing. So I have not sent my level 1 completion yet, and I purposely kept it so that I could have done it, but I thought I'll show it here. So I'll click it there, and when I click it here, you can even see the percentage completion. Percentage completion, even though it says 48%, it will be more because the level 1 completion, once it's approved by VP, the percentage will jump up. Yeah. So now what happens is, you see, when you come into path completion, if you're a member of one club, that's fine. But previously we had to tell the VP, hey, you don't update that I'm giving to that club, this club. Now, no need. You decide which club you want to do. So since I'm a member of 4 clubs, I decide I want to give it to this club, and I just submit. See, your level completion is submitted. Now the VP has to say okay. So that once that is done, then my level 1 will be completed. Now it say resume. Now I want to go back to the original place. How do I go? I don't find any backspace. So I go to Toastmaster pathway, learning experience, click there, and bingo, I'm back here. Now I click here. You can see Basecamp manager. I click there. And can you see that everything is here? Like, it's open dashboard for everyone. Now mine is not there because I can't see mine. Now, because I'm in other clubs, and I told you that every member has access to dashboard as a Basecamp manager, so I can see others. But Aditya is our VP in MUCM Toastmasters. Ashna is from MUCM Toastmasters. She has sent a completion request. I can review it and it will open actually. You see, but I will not approve it, even though I can as a treasurer. But our club policy is that only VP will approve. So I will let it go. So similarly, this is something you can also check member overview, and you can see paths in progress, recent activities. You can play with that, but mainly your focus will be in approval, where you can approve the members. Now you see, you don't have to go anywhere. Just jump to learning dashboard and you're back into your own dashboard. Now moving on, like, how do I go back to the original? I don't see the my home button. So you come to 1 o'clock, you see the name there, click on that and say, see, I go back home again, Toastmasters home. And there I'm back where I started. So I believe that's basically it. So to summarize, I have this summary. New Basecamp has only one approval. VP still remains the primary Basecamp manager. Please keep a progression chart for members' progress to the VP. Config resolution should be done by VP or based on your club policy. And finally, do not hesitate to ask for help if you need one or need any help in anywhere. So that's it. So I'll hand over back to our Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you, Dr. Som. Home sweet home. I think after this meeting, I learned how to appreciate the new pathway and the base camp. So I have learned that the new base camp is much more easier, and I hope that the time I was to become a VPE, I thought that it would be better, but now it's even better. So I love the session very much. The next session is called Navigating Through Pathway Purposefully. So right now, I would like to hand over to Toastmaster Florence to share her thoughts on this. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Florence.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. So wow, Dr. Som has already guided you through almost the end-to-end from Basecamp Manager, and also a little bit sneak peek on how you can also maneuver around the Basecamp as a member yourself. So I definitely see a question over there that you wonder, how do you really want to choose the perfect pathway for you? Sometimes the question is not just one, and every pathway seems so sexy, right? Whether be it presentation mastery, engaging humor, and so much more. The problem is, which one do you want to choose? So maybe before we go into that, anyone would like to be my demo? I see just now we have one person online. Have you chosen your pathway already, Manasa?
No, not yet. But as I raised my question, I got confused. I felt everything suits me, or I want to take all the parts more or less, except
Right.
for that humor one, which it's really not my jargon. But otherwise, I just have stopped there.
Perfect. So if you have not chosen any path, and this is also applicable to all of you here as well, would you like to also have your Basecamp open? Have you already dialed in? Log in into your Toastmaster International website. For those as well who have not chosen your pathway, or if you like a refresher, maybe you want to choose your second pathway, this is your golden chance as well. Yeah. Would you want to try, Manasa?
Yeah.
Have you already logged in?
Yes.
Perfect.
I haven't logged in, but I can log in. I have done it once. Briefly, up till approval, I have gone. Beyond that, I didn't give my approval yet.
Okay. Would you want to share a screen? Now, while we wait for Manasa, just wanted to update, in case you're wondering where are all the updates that you can actually get the latest news of any changes. Let me also just quickly share my screen. Yeah. So at the education program, when you come into Toastmaster International, this is where you'll bring you, right? So like what Dr. Som said, not sure where to go, click back home, right? Under home, when you are here, click on education programs, and you'll be able to see lots of information about how Toastmaster can help you through the journey, right? And if you'd like to know more about the different updates, this is where you can go, pathway updates, and you're able to see the recent updates, which is only at May 2025. What are the improvements that Toastmaster have already included in the website? And from January 2025 earlier, what are the improvements that you can also explore through the website itself? It's definitely more digital. Even the club success plan that Dr. Som has mentioned, and even the card, sometimes on where you have completed your level. Many of us would be quite busy with work and juggling with Teen Toastmaster as well. And many times, even I myself have this problem. Where did I last stop? So when the moment you have logged in into Toastmaster and you have gone through the certain module, and the moment you have delivered a speech, sometimes you may forget to immediately complete your evaluation. Don't worry, Toastmaster will be there to remind you. The tool now will remember and will mention that here is where you'd like to pick up from. Is it from level 3 or level 2? the tool is now smart enough to actually remind you. Yeah, so here are all the details here as well. Can actually go back to the education program. Okay, so Manasa, if you are already on the site, you can actually go to education program and then go all the way down to choose a path. Okay, maybe we'll do a quick one. Like
Yeah.
we can go to choose a path. For those, you can follow me along. Or if you have any other volunteers online, let me know as well. So here will be one where you'll be able to choose your path. You can even select your language, be it English, Arabic, Dutch, Spain, French, Mandarin, any language that you like. So I'll go with English. How would you like to select your learning path? Let's say you're not quite sure since there's so many out there. And we'll take a quick assessment. Okay, click continue. Who doesn't like a quick quiz, right? So let's start. Right. I see. Let me see who I can pick to give me answers. Maybe Celine. I see Celine is online. Celine, would you
Okay.
want to do an
Humor.
assessment together here? Yeah.
Humor.
Maybe let me know what would the 3 topics that you're interested to learn about from the list below.
Humor in speech. Public
Humor in
speaking.
speech.
Public
Okay.
speaking. Leadership.
Leadership. Okay, perfect. So here they did mention 3, and if I'm keen to select more, sometimes I get a little bit confused. So let's deep dive on the top 3. Okay, let's click next, because if you notice, if I click any more, sometimes people will get greedy, me too, but then you then notice that you will not be able to go next as well. So we'll go to the top 3 that what Celine has chosen. Then let's go next. So which of the following topics is most related to your personal and professional goals that brought you to Toastmasters, Celine? Among these 3, which is your most one that you wanted to do? The first one.
Sorry. Leadership.
Leadership. Okay. Let's see. How about this? Learning about any one of this using human speech, public speaking, or leadership will help you significantly in your personal and professional life. Which one do you want to learn the most?
Public speaking.
Public speaking. Okay. There's a few more questions to go. I seek out new ways to do things.
Strongly agree.
Strongly agree. Nice. Working in a team, it's a good opportunity for you to understand yourself better.
Strongly agree.
Strongly agree. Great. I'm reluctant to adopt new ways of doing things until I can see them working for people around me. How you?
No, disagree. Strongly
Disagree.
disagree.
Strongly disagree. How about I am not sure what to do with my hands while giving a speech?
No, disagree.
Disagree. Okay, good. Once I set an interpersonal communication goal for myself, I know the steps to take to achieve it.
Strongly agree.
Nice. How about this? People don't seem to engage when I'm being humorous.
Disagree.
Disagree. Okay. I can relate funny or humorous ideas to a group of people. Can you relate funny ideas? Is it relatable to you?
Agree.
Okay, good. You feel relaxed while giving a speech.
Unsure.
Perfectly fine, perfectly fine. Good, good. I use a wide range of behaviors, including self-disclosure and wit to adapt to others. Wit will be more courage. Yeah.
Agree.
Agree. Okay, great. While speaking, I am aware of how others are reacting to what I say.
Agree.
Agree. Okay. I like to get involved in group discussions.
Agree.
Agree. I am comfortable with using humor to communicate with others.
Agree.
Okay, good. I adapt my communication behavior to meet others' expectation.
Agree.
Agree. Good. I'm flexible enough to adapt to others' communication style.
Agree.
Okay, good. Halfway there. Ordinarily, or on your everyday, you are calm and very relaxed in your conversation.
Agree.
Right? I know how to respond because I am perceptive and attentive to others' behavior, meaning you're quite alert to the people surrounding you.
Strongly agree.
Good. While giving a speech, I get so nervous, I forgot facts I really know.
Agree.
Okay, good. In conversation, I talk about things which are of interest to both myself and to other person.
Strongly agree.
Strongly agree. Great. I'm generally cautious about accepting new ideas.
Strongly agree.
Mm,
I can't
good.
remember I answering so many questions.
Well, answering such quiz, don't think too much. Just go with the first flow. Engaging in maybe it's because you're live, right? So that's why you feel "Hmm." Engaging in a group discussion with new people makes you nervous.
Sorry, engaging in group is no, disagree.
Disagree. Okay, great. Just a bit more to go. I prefer to be a team member rather than a team leader.
Disagree.
Disagree. Okay, nice. I often initiate conversation with people I don't know well.
I often no, disagree.
Initiate. Disagree. Okay. I make eye contact with my audience while presenting a speech.
Agree.
Okay, good. Little bit more to go. I use humor to communicate in a variety of situations.
Unsure.
Okay, good. I seek out leadership opportunities, means you're always the first to say, yes, me.
Okay,
I want to
agree.
do that. Great, great. I show my involvement in conversation both non-verbally and verbally.
Agree.
Okay, nice. I show my understanding of others by reflecting their feelings back to them.
Agree.
Nice. Oh, we're almost there. Let's see. Right. So as you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One is missing because one has already been chosen. This is because it's under my profile.
Mm,
So as you can see here, they have already recommended that you use engaging humor and dynamic leadership. So this will be your top two
mm,
paths that you can choose. Yeah, top
yeah.
two paths. So if you'd like to know a little bit more on dynamic leadership or engaging humor, you can actually click here a little bit better. For those who are wondering, by right, there's 6, right, Florence? Why is it missing one? Because this is my account. Already chosen persuasive influence here. So I cannot further on purchase unless I want to, after I've completed this path, and then I can definitely retake it one more time. Yeah. So which one out of these two, Celine, do you feel interested or most most attracted to?
Maybe dynamic leadership.
Right. So yes. So by clicking here, you'll be able to see that you'll be able to be a strategic leader, negotiator, and these are the kind of projects that you'll be able to look through on what kind of projects in detail and what are the emphasis, the skill set, the core competency in this project. So let's have a quick look. So as you can see, this is also applicable for all. When you go to each of these pathway as well, you'll be able to see the different 5 level of the project each project can offer. All of us will definitely start by mastering the fundamental, which is the icebreaker, writing a speech with purpose, vocal variety, body language, and definitely feedback. And applying that will then know also how Toastmasters mentoring. This one, there will be a variety of enhance the dynamic leadership part that you have chosen here. Yeah. So do take your time and definitely there'll be more. And nevertheless, once you have completed the part, just like Dr. Som, you can go for the second, the third one, the fourth one, and also the 6th one now. So thank you, Celine, for volunteering and giving your input. Let's give her a round of applause, of virtual love as well for those who are able to just send her some love. What I realized that if you do not know which pathway to choose, one of the best advice I heard from one of a mentor that I have, choose presentation mastery actually. It's among the best path that I realized that you get to learn an end-to-end, be it as a public speaker, a trainer, you learn to end-to-end of the basic skill of a good public speaking as well. So that would be my personal take. Now, for those who have already chosen your path, let me just quickly go through in terms of the base camp again a little bit in detail. Okay, let me go back home. This is where you have chosen the path earlier. Do you know that actually you can also provide your evaluation form to your club members digitally? Yeah, you no longer need to actually print it out anymore and, give it to your club member, unless it's an external external Toastmaster from another club, then you will need to print that out to your evaluator. If it's an existing member in your club who is evaluating you, technically you can do it digitally as well by assigning them using the Toastmaster International Basecamp. Maybe we can hear from some of you among all of the levels that you are experiencing, which is your most challenging level that you are experiencing now?
Engaging humor.
Engaging humor? Why is it challenging, Stephanie?
I thought it's humor. I think because I need that humorous element in my speech, but then after I learned it, it was not as easy as I thought. So maybe anyone would like to enlighten me, because I would like to complete my engaging humor, but I just not able to. So please help me on this.
Any expert in engaging humor here?
Florence, may I share a little bit?
Sure.
Yes, so here.
Okay. Oh, Yasso, yes.
Okay, wait. Yes, hang on. I don't know why I'm not appearing. Hi, was it Stephanie who asked?
Yes, Stephanie who asked.
Okay, so if you look at the pathway, right, most of the beginning projects are all the same, right? And so the challenge will be, oh, I'm a cat, I'm sorry. The challenge will be, how are you going to make that into engaging humor? It will be for you to make each project a funny project. So for example, if you look at level 3 electives, there's one called Connect with Storytelling. So that Connect with Storytelling, you make it a funny speech. And I think there's something on networking. You add some elements of humor into that. So that is the challenge. I finished my engaging humor and I made myself, I forced myself to add in humor at each stage, to the point that, at the end of the stage, we have Reflect the Path. I also added humor. So it was just a funny speech. It made people laugh. That's how you know that you are actually doing the engaging humor path. For me, I felt that was the challenge I wanted to take. So I made sure that every speech I gave was a funny story. Yes. Yeah, make humor your, that's the reason you are taking this path, isn't it? Engaging humor, you want to add in humor. So make it part of your life, that every project you do. So even if it's introduction to Toastmaster mentoring, okay, so share a funny story instead of very sad story. So that's how you that's just mine. That's what I did. I hope you guys can try that too. Thank you, Phil.
Thank you, Yasso. And coming from among the expert in humorous speech, right? Thank you so much, Yasso, for sharing that. So try to make your speech as humor as possible, especially when you're doing engaging humor. And I believe that's also applicable in many of our different speeches as well. Like, how do you want to challenge yourself to be humorous at different kind of speech level as well? And how do you make something not so pleasant, a challenging moment into something happier as well? I think that's a very, very good sharing as well. Thank you, Yasso, for sharing that. And now, yes, we're back to US now. Thank you for the internet. Let me quickly share my screen. Right. So remember when I mentioned that sometimes we may be quite busy and we just cannot remember where we left off from the last. So now Toastmaster International actually has this wonderful reminder. Pick up where you left off. I find this really, really powerful. I just delivered a speech 2 weeks ago, and then the next thing I know, I already deep dive into my work, and then I could not really remember where did I last stop. So with this reminder now, it helps me to actually go through my next pathway, next level accordingly, the next project that I needed to do. And just by clicking resume, I will be able to continue accordingly to complete my evaluation, do my feedbacks, update the Toastmaster completion here, and submit and proceed to my next level also. So this is what I really love about it, and you'll be able to see. And the best is actually to go level by level. Some of you may wonder, is it really necessary to go level 1, 2, 3? Yes, it is highly recommended to go level by level, especially level 1 and 2, because it gives you the fundamental of a good public speaking, a good speech structure, vocal variety, body language, how to give a good evaluation, how to give feedback. Yeah. So our recommendation would be to complete at least level 1 and 2. And by all means, after that, you'll be able to go to level 4 or level 5, right? To have a look on what are the kind of elective or project that you are interested to really find out more. Or maybe coincidentally, you are actually living through a difficult situation at your workplace. You'll be able to click on it and go through the module and utilize it together in Toastmaster International as well. So it's like a win-win situation. You don't need to purposely to create that project, but do discuss this with your Vice President Education and also President, and you can get that concurrently. And like what Dr. Som has mentioned, to get a silent evaluator during that session if you're using for your workplace or your business, right? And very quickly, we'll go to the feedback. Like I've mentioned earlier, you now can send a digital feedback form to your evaluators, right? How do you do that? Let's say it is for an icebreaker. Just by clicking this, you can actually send to your evaluator. Let's say the title is, my name is Florence. I'm from 𝗪𝗏𝗁 Toastmaster Club. And let's say I'm choosing my evaluator. Celine is here. Irene, Stephanie. Let's say I'll choose Celine as my evaluator. And my speech date, let's say it's this Thursday. I'll just type in a request. Thank you for being my evaluator. Here is my evaluation form. And what I'll do is by hitting the button send. And very immediately, Celine will also receive this in her own Basecamp, and it will be notified as it's pending for Celine's action. Yeah, so how digitalized the learning now can be. And yeah, it's very interactive as well. And you'll be able to actually give feedback to one another, right? I can give, these are some of the feedbacks that I've gotten from some of the members. And I could also request feedback to my own club members as well. Let's say I would like to request one from Martin, for example. And then I'd like to choose to Irene, Stephanie, just wanting to understand what I can do better as a club president, for example. So I'll just send a request. Hi, all. Appreciate your feedback on my current leadership as a club president, for example. And you can send a request. These are the few people that I like to send. By hitting the button yes, they'll be able to get that request as well. And when feedbacks come and it has been completed, I'll be able to view that over here as well. Yeah. So that's a little about the base camp for the members. How do you go through your pathway, learnings, get your feedbacks from one another, all through the in a very digitalized way. How do you get your resources, get your forms, and you'll be able to also load your documents as you complete your evaluation form. Let's say if you have gotten the evaluation via online or in a hard copy, you can actually save it here as well. So all the old ones that you have done before, don't worry, it's still here. Just load it up here via PDF, JPEG, or PNG, or even a PowerPoint is still available for storage, just like the older ones. Any questions so far? I think I've covered the basic of and the resources that you can get.
Florence, I think we have a question from Harry Lim. It's also my question as well. How shall we update the evaluation form from other clubs?
Right. So unfortunately, there is no digital form for other clubs here. So one of the way would be to either print your PDF and then you can save it in My Documents here. When you go to My Documents, you click to Resources, and then you can go to My Documents and load the file here as your record. I hope that helps you. Thank you so much for your questions, Carrie. So back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you to Florence, Toastmaster Florence. Just before I forgot, because I think I make a very quick move, I didn't have a proper introduction to Toastmaster Florence. She has been 16 years in the corporate experience in MNC and GLC, so my bad. the thing is because she's a learning and development advocate, and also she's a certified NLP practitioner and trainer. Wow. And now you guess when she joined Toastmaster since 2019, and I'm the one that recruit her. So thanks to that, and she's something that we have common, that she loves Zumba. And if one things that you were not aware of, that she secretly want to be a singer. So when we sing karaoke, just come to Toastmaster Florence to have a sing. Okay. So anyone with you here would like to ask any questions to both Toastmaster Florence and Dr. Som? It's the time for you to share. Yeah. Anyone want to ask any questions?
Okay, I think there was one particular question which I thought I'll just mention. Like when we review, like I said, you can deny or approve. I was just wondering, like, is there any case where you deny? So sometimes there was one particular incident that happened where initially when we tell them, like, this was the before the base camp, you have to do that before and after survey, and not like submit how we do now. There was a before after survey. So this member got carried away, and I think they did the same assessment as Florence did, and they got the path. And he was so carried away that he did before after survey for all the level 1. So, and including the path completion and like sent for completion. Then we had to tell, no, you have to complete the speech and then do the after. It's not like before after. So that one I remember we clicked deny for all those things, the level 1 completion. So usually based on the integrity, no one really puts in there. But again, VP needs to be very mindful and need to be alert that this member is doing, and member also needs to tell the VP if they're going outside to do that project. So that's something, one question I saw in between. Thank you. Back to you, Stephanie.
Wow. Yeah, I think today today's Space Camp and training gives a lot of insights to VP, especially because as a VP we have a lot of things bear in mind, that but with all these practices sharing, it is very good. I saw PQD Kajan raise up your hand.
I think
Yes.
just like to add on lah. End of the day, remember the core values of Toastmasters, which is integrity is the first core value. So when you do a project, make sure you meet the speech objectives, you actually do the project, you have the evaluation form, so that the VP or the president has no reason to say you didn't meet the requirements or you didn't do it. So remember, the first core value of Toastmaster is integrity. Then you shouldn't have any problem in getting approval from your VP or president if you followed all the steps required for it as well. That is one thing my mentor taught me. Until today, I'm carrying it with me as well.
So I think that's the motto of our Toastmasters. And another thing is VPE, also known as Vice President of Everything. So I think that this particular navigating through pathway and base camp workshop really helps a lot to all the VPE and ex-VPE. For myself, I learned the differences and also how the new base camp can help us to better understand how to navigate and maneuver on this whole stuff.
Like VP and all should be a bit bold to tell the speakers there are two objectives in a project. One is the speech purpose and the project purpose. Sometimes the speech purpose is fine, opening body, closing, and all those is fine, but the project purpose may not be fulfilled. Like I'll give an example. We had this member of ours who gave a speech, and her speech objective was know your communication style and share some experience, and that's level 2 project, one of the projects. She talked about how she went back during Christmas and how her dog died, and she was so unhappy about it and she was sad and all that. The speech was a touching speech, but totally about that. So at the end, the thing is, we had to tell her to redo because the objective of the project is not fulfilled. So VP has to be a bit bold enough to tell that purpose of the speech, purpose of the project needs to be fulfilled. Otherwise, I think quality of the speech, we don't judge like, oh, this is distinction, this is fail, like not that level, but only those two criterias. Thank you.
Yes. And also, you also need to respect yourself, because if it does not meet the objective, means it does not meet the objective of that particular project or speech itself.
Yeah, agree. Maybe I can add on to Manasa's question about mentoring. So I think like what PQD Kajan has mentioned, normally in every clubs, there will be a mentoring program. And you can, and each club also will have a dedicated mentor to actually guide new members in their new Toastmaster journey. So if let's say your club do not have a dedicated mentor for you, do reach out to your area director, your division director, and just reach out. In Toastmaster, we have a wide range of people from different community profession and also the experienced Toastmaster who have taken more than 11 paths as well. So we have a lot of people who have already went through all these levels from level 1 to level 5 and will be able to actually guide new Toastmaster how to actually go through each level as well. So don't worry, you're not alone in the journey. And even if let's say you do have the one specific mentor, by all means, feel free to reach out myself, Dr. So, Stephanie, Kajan, basically anyone in Toastmaster, we are all more than happy to guide everyone to do well in their speeches as well. Yeah, hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that.
No problem.
Can I
As you
add
know,
something?
Toastmaster is
May I
Yes.
add something?
Yes,
This is
Suding.
Suding here.
Suding,
Yes, I'd just like to add with regards to the purpose statement and everything. It's not just the purpose statement. I think most of us, we sometimes forgot to actually read through the project. You know, we are so, I mean, sometimes I'm sometimes guilty of that. I want to say this is because we don't actually, there are so many good nuggets from the path itself that we are doing on each of the projects, but sometimes we just don't go through it. We just navigate to go through that, wanted to just finish the path. That's all, you know. So I think we should make use of what is given to us, what has been done for us, which really will help us in us, designing our speech and everything, and to improve. There's so many things to learn. So I hope that helps a bit to actually, some of us may not even know, how to go about to actually fulfill the purpose of the project. But actually, it's all inside that path.
Cool.
Thank you.
True. I think Suding, you have wrapped up very nicely because sometimes we just misread purpose, right? But I think with the committee here, we were able to work together and have that input. So thanks a lot to Suding for that questions.
We do
And
have
I would like to another question.
What if a member
But-
delivers the same speech subject but creatively crafts and meet the different speech objective? Interesting. Is it for
Dr. Som, right?
Okay, I think I'll answer that because we have been talking about messaging. Now the thing is, when we have a meeting, we give out a set of project objective to the evaluator, and the evaluator is bound by that to assess and give their opinion with regards to the evaluation of the speech. So maybe it worked, like that speech that she gave, that example I gave, I think the discussion was going on for that. If that was a storytelling, perfect. But the thing is, for that particular time, that particular evaluation, it did not fulfill. So that's the whole idea, so it's not, that's why the thing is, Toastmaster can go anyways. The speech can be anything, project can be anything, but when you commit to that particular project, you should stick to the project. And as Toastmaster Suding said, sometimes the problem comes because there is no awareness of the material that is there, and that member actually said that, oh, I did not read up, I thought it's just a speech. So that well, it can be used as a different speech, but for that meeting it did not fulfill. That's how we told you may want to redo this because it did not fulfill the objectives. And usually as far as our clubs I've seen, they're not very resistant to learning, so they're quite okay, said, yeah, I do agree it's not fulfilling the objective, and she just gave the speech again and more focused to the objective, and she cleared at least 3 levels before she left her university. So thank you. I hope I answered your question, Bernard.
I think it all come back to integrity and how, yes, integrity and honesty actually, as you deliver the speech, that's the core value that we should observe as a Toastmaster and as a person as well. So that applies to everything that we do. Yeah.
Before that, I will pass the floor back to our organizing chair. And thank you for having me as a Toastmaster of the evening. I shall forward back to Florence Ku. Florence, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Stephanie. So I hope that everyone here have learned a little bit, one or thing or two about navigating through the new pathway and the new base camp. And if you have more questions that's coming up from anyone whatsoever, you know who to reach out. You can reach out to Dr. Som, you can reach out to myself, or if you have any questions, just drop us a note at you know where to find our PQD as well, right? So we also have the club meeting online support WhatsApp group. So if you still have questions after this, or something, just have something that comes to your mind, you can also drop us the questions over there. And yes, we will be having this workshop on a quarterly basis. So if you have new members, you want a refresher, just come and join this workshop and share this across to your members as well. So I hope everyone here, you have enjoyed the session with all of us. And thank you so much for staying with us for about 1.5 hour session today. And I would also like to take this opportunity to also give my utmost appreciation to the role players. And without them, I think tonight's session will not be able to be successful. Stephanie, if you could go to the next stage, I would like to give my utmost appreciation to definitely all of you online who has been very diligent listening and also responding with your questions, with your sharing. Thank you so much, everyone. And I would like to give my utmost appreciation to our TME of the evening, Toastmaster Stephanie, IP5, Engaging Humor 2. So Manasa, if you want to know about more engaging humor, she is here for you as well. Who is our TME? Rui, our timer, and also SAA as well. Thank you so much for all the support, and also not to forget our amazing speaker who has shared us a lot insights and also some case study on pathway, Dr. Som. And also not to forget our handsome nasi and favorite guy who will treat us nasi lemak, our PQD, DTM Kajan. Thank you so much, everyone. So with that, I hope everyone you have enjoyed the night.
We forgot one more person. We forgot the amazing Florence as well. Thank you for doing such an amazing sharing on pathways as well. Appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you so much. So with that, thank you so much, and I hope everyone have a good evening as well. Good night. Bye-bye.